If you're a Filipino and you want to see what the world is like, then this is the show for you. This Week in Illustrado was a video series that we started in February that showcases a slice of life across the globe by way of updates, news, and more from our kababayans and some friends.
Hi guys! Welcome here in Copenhagen, Denmark.
It's a lovely 25 degrees Celsius in Taipei, and this week I'm going to show you around.
Maayong adlaw sa tanan. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Good day everyone. Tudag ali sa amin. This week in Oslo, Norway.
This week in Dubai, my name is Terry Toledo and I'm happy to share with you a little bit of my life.
Happy Hallows Eve to everyone out there in Illustrado.
My name is Paolo. Welcome to another episode of This Week, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we're going to be saying hello to our friends in the UK, Melbourne, Australia, Singapore, the UAE, and more. I want to thank our sponsors for making this episode possible as always, guys, because if there's one thing that you need to do, it's to support your friends, community, and local businesses in order to stay afloat. And then supporting your friends, guys, I just want to say that I know things in the Philippines are pretty rough right now, especially for those who are being affected by the typhoon. So the very least that we can do over here, even if we're across the world, is to share some posts and help spread awareness, and of course to make sure that your family is okay by way of checking in on them. Sometimes giving them a phone call or dropping a message can really change their mood and brighten up their day. All we need to do is just show some support, no matter how small, guys. And without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching another episode of This Week in Illustrado.
Get 3 services for free if you sign up with the Visa Center this November. We offer free processing of educational credential assessment, free online IELTS training, and free IELTS examination with our partner, the British Council. Save as much as 4,105 dirhams when you avail this promo. So take this treat and enjoy your spooky Novemberific promo. Call us at 971-54-367-5093 or 04-331-0006. You can also visit our offices in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Philippines. The Visa Center, shaping a better future.
This week in Melbourne, Australia.
For the past few months, Melbourne has been in a strict lockdown, which means I actually haven't been into the city since around May, as everything is closed down and only essential businesses are open, such as supermarkets and doctors. So most of the footage you're going to see today is around my area and how I've spent my time in lockdown.
Hi everyone, my name is Shanon Ristow and I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. I'm wearing a mask because I'm about to go outside, and over here it's compulsory to wear a mask only in our state in Victoria, so here I go. So I just put my helmet on because I'm going to ride my bike down to the next suburb, which is just about a 5-minute bike ride away, and I'm going to go see my friend for coffee. So we just got coffee and now we're having a little walk because it's such a nice day. Okay, I just came home and I'm gonna grab my dog. Here she is, Luna. And we're gonna go for a walk with another friend and her dog. So I consider myself extremely lucky to live in a place where I'm so close to the beach and so close to the parks, as well as close to all of my friends and family. I was able to see a lot of my friends one at a time each day, and that's only because we live in the same 5-kilometer radius, which I know that some people didn't have that luxury. They lived far away from their friends and family, which means they were completely alone during the whole 3 months, which I know would have been super tough. But we have come a long way. We went from 700 cases a day down to 0, and it looks like we are going to have an extremely fun summer if we all just do the right thing. Good morning. Good morning. So it's another day here in Melbourne. We've got the stand-up paddleboards out. I know that Melbourne faced one of the strictest lockdowns in the world, especially here in Australia. Our state was the only one that went through the whole 3 months of lockdown. As a young adult myself, I'm 22 years old, I had a really tough time staying isolated because I was so used to seeing all of my friends. I had a bunch of other plans to travel this year just like everyone else, and yeah, it was a hard pill to swallow that got taken away from me, which was extremely difficult, but I know now that we just have to look forward to the years to come and the future and not dwell too much on the past.
I'm excited to say that Melbourne has finally come out of stage 4 lockdown as of last week, which means that we can finally go out to restaurants and to stores with precaution, of course, but it's definitely a step in the right direction and everyone is super excited. Okay, so it's a bit of a grim day here in Melbourne. I got caught in the rain on the way home, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me around my city. This is Shanon Ristow for This Week in Illustrado. I also have an Instagram under my name Shanon Ristow, as well as a YouTube channel, so hopefully I see you guys there, but for now, goodbye!
Hey mga kababayan, and in this week's episode, I am taking you with me here in my beautiful city of London. My name is Geoff, but they call me Jeff here in the UK. I'm a content creator. I'm also a part-time student studying software development / coding, and I started studying back in April this year at the time of COVID, at the early start of COVID, that is, and I'm also working in property. I love traveling, I love seeing the world, and my favorite city is Cape Town in South Africa. This is the eve of the lockdown. Now the UK have made a decision to have the second lockdown, and this would actually be for a month, unfortunately. It's definitely must do here when you're here in London, guys. Have a photo with the horse guard. So I am walking along Whitehall, and then just further down there is actually number 10, the Downing Street, where the Prime Minister lives. The COVID situation here has actually not improved. Unfortunately, we are going into a second lockdown for a month, and the cases have actually increased. It's one of the most iconic mode of transport here in London, the iconic red double-decker bus. And for the experience, guys, it's always good to be on the top and at the front. Now, here in the UK, it's mandatory to wear a face mask or a face covering, especially when you're taking public transport. So that's why you can see me, guys, wearing a face mask. So guys, Chelsea is actually known as one of the most affluent places here in London, and what makes it even more affluent, of course, if you see this one of the most Instagrammable cafes here in London, it's called Peggy Portion. So you may have seen a few of our influencers who may be taking photos, and you may have seen it on Instagram. Now this is actually one of those places that they've been, and the shots here are beautiful because you have flowers, and of course the color is very pastel-y. You can see it's pink. It's really, really beautiful. But aside from that, it's also a really good place to have an afternoon tea. Of course, I just want to say a massive thank you to this lovely beaut here, Michelle. Hi, so this is Michelle. Michelle, just say a little something about yourself.
Hi, I'm a Bicolana living in London for 18 years now.
Yeah, Michelle is actually working here in London. She's one of my good friends here in London, actually. We haven't met in a very, very long time. If there was one thing that you've actually learned throughout this COVID situation, what would it be? What lesson have you learned?
Well, I've learned that we should always prepare for anything.
Yes.
Because we're living in a kind of a dangerous, phase, and everything is changing.
Yeah.
Health-wise, climate-wise.
Yeah.
So preparation is everything.
Preparation is key.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right then. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
So earlier, guys, you saw me taking the bus, the double-decker bus. So this time I'm taking the tube here in the London Underground. And this is actually one of the most convenient ways to get around London. It's quicker. That's my ride. Okay guys, so this wraps up our episode here in London. I'd like to thank you guys for watching me in this week's London. If you'd like to follow me on my social media channels, if you'd like to see me more, please don't forget to check me on globetrotterg.com, which is my blog page. And I also have a YouTube channel, which is globetrotter_G. And also you can follow me on my Instagram page, that is, at globetrotter_G_blogger. From here in London, guys, I'd like to thank you once more, and I hope to see you soon on another In This Week episode. Ciao for now.
Ang baba! Ang baba! Ang baba ng transaction fee na dinarikas. Para sa pinakamababang transaction fee, idinarikas mo na yan.
Do you want to be empowered like us?
What's up mga Lodi? This week in Singapore, we are going to talk about the COVID cases here and my day in a life video. By the way, I'm Francis and I've been in Singapore for almost a decade now, so going for 10 years. Working for the biggest supplement company here in Singapore. Right now, we are in Orchard. I'd like to show you guys one of the well-known spots here that usually Filipinos would hang out. The name is Lucky Plaza, and it's because 2 Jollibee shops are inside the mall and a lot of remittance centers there. And of course, if you're missing home, you miss the food, they have a lot of Filipino local foods there. So I'm going to pass by Lucky Plaza and I'd like to show you that. So that's Lucky Plaza right behind me. And well, actually it's a rainy season for end of the year. There's actually just 2 seasons here. It's the same with the Philippines, so it's like the rainy season and the dry season, wet and the dry season, kind of like that. Yeah, and there's no time difference actually in the Philippines and in Singapore. So right now it's around 8:30 in the morning. I already prepared my food for today. So I usually do a meal prep. I've been doing that for almost like 3 months now. I'm on the weight loss diet. So yeah. So I ate my first meal earlier and I'm going to the gym. So the gym is actually around this area. The gym is just, my gym will be just right here in this mall. And actually Orchard area is packed full of malls side by side and in front of each other actually. So there would be such a capital. It would be a capital of Singapore. It would be, I would think, it would be Orchard, right? So this is where all the malls are in, all those branded shops are here. A lot of people would be going here on the weekend, on their off day, to spend time with family, spend time with friends, hang out. So yeah, so yep, I will go to the gym first. I will see you guys later. Okay guys, so yeah, I'm done with the workout and now I'm going to work. It's just opposite is where I work at. Let's talk about a bit about like the COVID situation here in Singapore, and I've noticed that they really control the infection, right? They did some like some tracking. So every time you go into a mall or a school or every time you go into a building, right, you need to use a QR code. You have to scan that QR code, then you can get into, you have to check in, then you can get into the building or the mall, right? So that's a way of they can trace like where's the infection at. They can do a contact tracing, yeah, easily. And number 2 is like the temperature. Before you go in, there's people who will take your temperature as well. That's some of the preventive measures. But I've checked lately, this week is like, I mean, the cases of like infection would be just around less than 10. Yeah, less than 10. Yeah, so again, this is Francis and this is for this week in Illustrado. See you guys soon. Stay safe.
Hello everyone, it's another sunny day in the desert here in Abu Dhabi. So I'm here now in Yas Waterworld. Yas Waterworld is one of the most famous water parks in the world. It is a Emirates water park located on Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. Very luxurious, large scale of entertainment with lots of rides and restaurants. Every visitors gets a fast drying mask upon entering the park, so they try their best to comply with the COVID-19 safety measures. And it's a good choice to enjoy the excitement and coolness in here. I think the biggest advantage of this water park is that the water is warm and will not catch cold. Families up to 6 person, you can enjoy rides together, or you can sit down or even lay down to one of the numerous sunbeds here. I prefer lady rides and go easy through the artificial canyon to relax. But if you want it hardcore, you can take the fast high slide or the 360-degree loop. As you can see, I'm wearing the mask because it's still mandatory to wear it if you are not in the water. There are not many things you can do due to pandemic. A visit to Yas Waterworld, it gives me a feeling of normality. And it gives me a break from the hard time and a moment of freedom and happiness. So, guys, if you are in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai, you should come and visit Yas Waterworld. It's really worth it. This is Michael for this week in Illustrado.
And that wraps up our episode. Thank you for watching another episode of This Week, y'all. My name is Paolo. You can follow me on my social media details down below. Guys, by the way, if you want to see what all of this autumn goodness looks like, you're gonna have to tune into our next episode. And the only way you're gonna tune into our next episode is if you follow our page. So what are you waiting for, guys? Remember, everyone, just checking up on a friend can really change their mood, and making sure that you can share any useful links, hotlines, or information can really help somebody out too, especially nowadays. Aside from that, I hope you are all keeping safe, trying to stay as sane as possible, and just trying to carry on and champion your narrative. Even if we're stuck at home or even in the middle of whatever is going on right now, there's still a way that we can make a difference. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paolo, and we'll see you in the next week.